On today's episode, we put the OG Hocus Pocus to the ultimate test.
I put a spell on you. 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 You're gonna dance till you die. You're gonna dance till you die. You're gonna dance till you die.
Welcome to the Nostalgia Test Podcast, the show where two longtime friends put their mainstream pop culture past to the ultimate test, the Nostalgia Test.
Dan! It's spooky season. You ready, bro?
It's spooky season. People are leaf peeping. They're getting the candy corn out.
I went leaf peeping this past weekend. I got my flannel on. I got our new woolies on. That's a beanie.
Get that merch.
Get that merch coming. All right, listen. We're here. You told me, let's do Hocus Pocus. Let's ruin our childhood.
You know, you're really putting it out there that I am a childhood ruiner.
Mm-hmm.
And
this one,
I don't like it.
First, thoughts when you told me about Hocus Pocus. Now, everyone seems to like this movie.
Yes.
When you bring it up, it's obviously so well liked that they're making a second one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, well, do I like the movie? And like maybe I've seen this movie a handful of times.
Okay.
Enough that I kind of remember. And I only remember the singing, like the I put a spell on you part.
Right.
And I remember some of the characters like faces. But I didn't remember actually the story. Mm. And I only think I like it because everyone else says they like it. And most of the people that say they like it are women. And I don't know what that means.
You're going to get us canceled, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So guys, if you like Nostalgia Test Podcast, please don't forget to like and subscribe. But like, first of all, I grew up with only really women in my life when I was in this age group of watching this. So like, I went to New Kids on the Block on one of my birthdays, okay?
New Kids on the Block had a bunch of hits.
Yeah.
Twin sister, New Kids on the Block. Mm-hmm. Listen, Cover Me. Cover Girl. One of the better songs. Donnie, come on. But
Donnie, come on, Donnie.
Donnie, baby. Donnie D, break it down. Anyways, where am I going with this? Okay. That was a Manny tangent. I only know people freaking out of Hocus Pocus being female because that's what I grew up in. So I'm like, everyone likes this movie.
Right.
Bro.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say about this movie. Well, it was like Goonies in the 90s. It was like trying to be Goonies. It was like, I felt like I was watching a Nick Jr. show.
Yeah, I would say right away it reminded me of like so they took the plot line. Well, I don't know, maybe it came out first, but it had like the plot line of Airborne. Because the kid met.
Oh my God. When they make fun of the LA thing, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Like the whole like, oh, dude, turbulent dude. Oh, yeah, tie-dye. You're tie-dye guy. And even the teacher makes fun of him. Yeah. That annoyed me.
Oh, 1993. So Airborne.
So in 1993, teachers made fun of students.
And Hocus Pocus came out in 1993. Okay. So you have a lot of like kids moving from LA to the East Coast. Some like not even the coast. Like
to
you know
like
what I mean? Like
like suburban
hellhole.
Yeah. Like random not so popular area. Yeah.
And so like you have that and then you have the folklore. But before you even find out about any of that, it opens up 17th century. Now, before we get into this, I just want to have some facts, okay? Like first.
Hold on. But can we just say, what is this thing rated?
Okay, this is rated, I'm pretty sure it was rated PG.
Definitely rated PG the way it was. It was Nick Jr. I was
PG.
The three best actresses were the witches, right? The rest of this acting is
I don't
Nick
know if
Jr.
I would say the three best actresses were the witches. I would say maybe 2 out of the 3 were really good.
No, what I'm trying to tell you is that the 3 better actors in the movie were the witches. The rest of this was like, and listen, man, acting's hard. But they basically went to Nick Jr. and was like, give us your cream of the crop. Because some of this acting, bro, no. The teacher was good, though. The teacher was good. I like her. I like her.
I like the little sister. I thought the girl who played the little sister was awesome. She played a younger sibling. That younger sibling character, she nailed that. I was down with everything she did. She was funny.
What did we wear in the 90s, bro? Oh, my God.
This is why when I see like people wearing stuff that we wore in the 90s, I'm just like, you got to stop. We escaped that.
Yeah.
We're here. Stop bringing these things back.
Yeah.
But it's relentless. But Hocus Pocus.
We're Hocus Pocus. And that's the nostalgia test tangent. Give us the facts, Dan. Yeah. Danny Fax is back, guys.
Danny Fax is back.
This season, Danny Fax is back.
Yes, if we had seasons, this season. So we are doing Hocus Pocus. It was a movie that came out in 1993, rated PG. It was a Disney film, and it's a fantasy comedy film directed by Kenny Ortega. Now, just to let you know, Kenny Ortega, he directed Newsies. Okay, no, wait. He is a touring manager, a filmmaker, and a choreographer. He is known for directing the film Newsies, which we should probably put that to the test.
Phenomenal movie. I freaking love it.
The Hocus Pocus, The Cheetah Girls 2, High School Musical, Michael Jackson's This Is It, Descendants, and Julie and the Phantoms. He also choreographed films like St. Elmo's Fire, Pretty in Pink, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and Dirty Dancing, and directed multiple concert tours for Cher, Gloria Estefan, Miley Cyrus, and Michael Jackson. Okay, so
is there like the musical score done by the guy from like Batman? Because that this had like a very like Batman.
I love Batman,
like the one with Michael Keaton feel.
Well, that was one of my favorite parts. The music in Hocus Pocus
was great.
Was so good.
Music was great.
But I mean, so that's what you got there. And so Hocus Pocus was, it's a movie, takes place in Salem, Massachusetts, where Max, the main character, moves from LA to there with his family, which I need to figure out, did they just move there? How long have they been there? Why is his room the only room together? But like, then there's this whole thing about these 3 witches, these sisters, the Sanderson sisters. They were murdered or like executed,
hung,
and which for a PG film,
hanged, hung.
That was really weird. And they put a spell on everyone to kind of go, when a virgin lights the black flame candle on Halloween or whatever, that they will come back.
Yes,
and then all crazy.
And the cat and the guys. First of all, the guy with the loosest shirt ever chasing after his sister with bare feet.
Thank you.
Yeah,
he had no shoes. Now I know it's the 17th century. Maybe he didn't have shoes, but I'm sure they had something to put on their feet.
Yeah.
And
like, were they drunk? Like they woke, I don't know. When he woke up and he was looking for his sister, and his neighbor, who's just like an airhead, was like, "Oh, I didn't see her, but look at this pink thing. They're conjuring." And like, he's like, "Of course that's where my sister is, right?" So how did the cat all of a sudden learn how to talk? How come he wasn't talking when he first, like he didn't talk to his dad when he first turned into a cat? He didn't go like, "Yo, I'm your son."
Yeah, that was weird. Because all of a sudden,
did they explain that like he learned how to talk throughout like the years?
No, he just all of a sudden was talking. Maybe
was he talking because the thing candle lit?
I don't know. I think like
I wanted to go back and watch that part because that part bothered me.
Yeah, I think he just became a cat and he didn't. And maybe I don't know. Maybe they can't hear him. Maybe this is a point. Maybe this is a thing where like only the kids can hear him.
Only virgins can.
Oh my god, dude! I mean, that word was thrown around so much in the movie. Where I mean,
why was that thrown around so
grade?
much? Yeah, but like, it was so weird. Like they were just like that. Kind of reminded me of like a Monster Squad.
Yeah.
Like because they like the Virgin had to say like the little like the reading of the Bible to Latin or whatever to like for Dracula, and they're like, oh, you're a virgin, and like they didn't think that she was, but like she was, and then it turns out they had to like it was the little girl. Yeah, we got to do Monster Squad anyways, but
That was a Manny tangent.
yeah, why they kept saying virgin so many times, like, all right, we get it, dude, he was a virgin, like, all right, like, oh, it only can be lit by a virgin, and like, is it implied that the girl's not a virgin because he's like, do you want to light it? And she's like, no. And like, he lights it.
I think she's just smarter than him.
Yeah.
Obviously. Because why, even if you don't believe it, I was putting myself in that situation. I was like, would I light this candle? The answer is no. I'd be like, by some chance, if this is not fake, I'm not doing this. Let's get the hell out of here. First of all, I don't want to go in that house.
Okay.
I'm not going in that house first. That's it.
You're not.
No.
Well, he wants to do it because like he's trying to get some ass.
First of all, that girl.
I mean, he's trying to get with her because he's like, oh, I'm flirting. The girl gets changed, right?
Which, like, first of all, her parents are having some Illuminati party.
Okay, first, hold on. We're all over the place here. Hold on. This movie is crazy because so we're skipping the whole part. Like it goes into like like the spell gets casted. They catch the witches. They murder the witches that have now killed the one daughter, and as far as they know, they killed the son too.
Right. And
like the dad and the mom are like somewhat calm. Mm-hmm. Where I would be terrified, like I would be insanely out of my mind, and I would have stabbed the witches by now. Right. So, anyways, they hang them. Now we're fast forward to this guy where now let's start making the teachers telling the story, and the teacher's making fun of this guy wearing tie-dye.
Yeah.
And then this guy has to ride back home, which seems to be the longest ride on a mountain bike home ever.
But
take the bus.
Can I just like
he doesn't live close.
No, he does not live close. It's like Salem is gigantic. But
like he would have been sent on a bus.
Why would he go through a graveyard?
I don't know. And why are those two dudes hanging out at the graveyard?
Exactly. That's what I
like. They're so cool. They hang out in the graveyard.
And the other thing is like the school and all of Salem are like talking about the Sanderson sisters, and they're teaching it in school because the little girl said, "Oh, I heard about that too." Like it's part of the curriculum.
Yes,
and
but nobody has tried to light this damn candle.
Well, can I just ask you a question? If you were in the 17th century, right, and you just killed these 3 witches, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you do to the house?
Burn it.
Thank you. Why does the house still exist? From the 17th century to the 20th, you're talking about it lasted that long. They restored it and then made it a museum. I would have burned that place to the ground.
Yeah, but what do you do with the candle? Because you can't burn the candle. I would like
make sure that someone that burned. I would
break the candle. I would light it with a non-virgin light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or bury it. Just bury it.
Like, what are you doing?
Burn everything, bury that, get the hell out of there. Instead, they make a museum out of it. They keep all the things there. And then when I saw the stand for the Zippos, I was like, oh, that was a thing. Like, I always wanted a Zippo. Then I forgot you have to refill it, and that was gross.
Yeah. Yeah. But, like, and then the girl just so happens to be the daughter of the mother who ran the museum.
Like what?
And what was the crying? Like, oh my God, I don't know. This movie was all over the place.
Can I
with
say
like
the one character that was all over the place that I just have a real problem with is Sarah Jessica Parker's character.
Okay.
First of all, it seems
well, yeah, we didn't even talk about it. Bette Midler was phenomenal.
Bette Midler have nothing amazing. Thank God she was in this movie.
Oh
She
my
was
God,
unbelievable.
Yeah, and then the other actress who was in Sister Act,
Catherine Hijimi. Oh God, I want to get her name correct because like she
was great
so
too.
Funny.
She was the kid sniffer.
Yeah,
She sniffed them out.
Kathy Najimy.
Yeah. Oh,
Amazing.
Great.
Amazing.
Great.
But we have to talk about Sarah Jessica Parker.
What was she?
Well, I'll tell you what I think she was. She definitely was obsessed with all the boys. She was like a pedophile.
Yeah. She always wanted to play with them.
I didn't like that. It was gross. I didn't like any
She always wanted to play with them. I want to play with them.
Ew.
Let's touch them. Let's play with them.
This is PG.
Yeah.
Like that was creepy. And the thing was like what was weird was it seemed like
Was she supposed to be the youngest? Well, she's the youngest one.
Yeah, she banged Bette Midler's husband and then Bette Midler killed her.
Bette Midler hated both of those two girls.
Oh, of course.
She just wanted it all for, like, she wanted to keep sucking the child to herself. Because
Okay,
if
you
she
gotta
didn't
reword what you just said.
If she
Because
didn't the child's soul, if she didn't share that, she would have been younger.
Do you know it looked like they were freebasing heroin when they did that?
Yeah.
Like in that scene in Traffic when like, you know, they were just like,
Yeah.
I was just like, what is
The
this?
spell was stupid.
It was so dumb.
The spell was silly.
And you're gonna feed the kids something with this gigantic spoon.
I was kind of going back to what was the movie with the little rat when he
The Witches.
The Witches.
That shit
So
was fucking terrifying.
It's like I was trying to compare it to this, and I was like, this is definitely a lot more PG and less terrifying. This was like fun. This
Yes.
movie was like more fun. There wasn't nobody was like scared of anything, and this town is just. It goes back to what like Halloween's all like. Halloween is like parents do whatever, kids do whatever. No one cares about anything.
No one.
Crazy.
No one cares about anything. No one cares about what you're gonna do. And the
But
best,
for a town that loves the story about the witches, how come only these three kids were dealing with everything, and nobody was like, "Oh yeah, holy cow! Like that's them." Like, okay, let's deal with this. Like you would think that they would go to the teacher and be like, "Yo, we did something bad. We let this thing out." You know.
dude, everyone was fucking drunk probably. I mean, all the parents were like just all at the end of the movie, not to spoil anything, the parents should have been dead.
Yeah, like and like they were like, you dance until you die.
Yeah.
They all should have been bleeding. Their feet should have been bleeding.
Because at the end, when the kids think they've destroyed the witches or whatever, and
Yeah.
they're in their room, he's in his room, and it's just like, oh, no one's home yet. It's like 4 a.m.
It's like, yeah.
That something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like
they're like,
something's
oh, they
wrong.
must have had a great time. I'm like, don't you remember the witches were there putting spells on them? And you kept saying like, cover your ears, cover your ears.
This is the problem with this movie. Because if these dumb kids would have just been like, all we need to do is keep this book from them
Yeah.
until the sun comes up,
That's it.
then let's bury this fucking thing.
Yeah.
Or let's just get in a car, because they do get in a car later in the film, and just drive.
Sure.
Like, don't give them the book. Do whatever you can to make sure the book doesn't get found.
That's it.
And then when the sun comes up, they're dead. Instead, they just made it so difficult for themselves.
This movie, I do like Bob. He looks like the guy from one of the guys from Thriller.
Oh, the zombie? He was amazing.
The zombie. Yeah, he was great.
I was imagining him being played by Johnny Depp.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I guess it's just a fun movie. I was expecting more. Of course they had Bette Midler like sing
Sing a song. She had to.
and she was great. It was great.
Amazing.
and they got into the whole thing, and like people loved it because this wouldn't have worked if they came alive like in the 1800s. They would have people would have been like, oh my god, those are witches. Like, this only works now 300 years later because everyone else is dressed up.
Yeah,
like I thought it was crazy that Laverne from Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, Penny Marshall.
Holy nostalgia.
Yeah.
Penny Marshall was there, and like the whole like devil thing, that was funny. That whole scene was great, and she was great in it.
But you know what was weird about all that? What was funny about that part was there are certain characters in this film that for some reason all have New York accents. Okay,
yeah,
like one. Max, he actually has an East Coast New York accent.
Yes.
2, the bus driver. Why do all bus drivers have New York accents? Every single one of them. And they're all creeps. Like the bus driver from Mrs. Doubtfire to this bus driver.
Oh my God.
I mean.
God. He was like, did you hear what he said when she goes, where, we want kids. You got to take us to the kids. No, he goes, what do you want? He goes, kids. And he goes, well, it's going to take me a couple times, but I think we could get there. I was like, what? That was said in a PG movie?
Yeah, exactly. And it went right over my head because I was just like, oh, gross, dude. Everyone's a creep in this movie. And then it was like, oh, no, wait. He's actually just hitting on them.
Yeah.
But I take the bus all the time. Bus drivers don't want to talk to anybody. They're like, I got to get to my next stop. Let's go. And if you're a bus driver on Halloween, the last thing you're doing is wanting to pick anyone up. Like,
and then like she was like sitting on his lap. Oh, no, that scene was creepy as fuck.
Simply irresistible.
And how are they not freaked out by getting on this thing? They're scared of everything else in the 20th century. But they're like, oh, yeah, let's get in this thing that I'd have no concept of.
Yeah.
At all.
Nothing.
At all. And then the devil, New York accent.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Of course. He moved there.
Of course. He's the devil.
He moved there.
It seemed like everyone moved from New York to Salem. Oh my God. So according to IMDb, the role of Max Dennison was originally offered to Leonardo DiCaprio. He turned it down to appear in What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Thank God. He did a good job on that one. No, I mean, I guess it's good. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about this movie. Like, I understand it was supposed to just be like fun. You know, it's a Disney movie. Like, what do you expect? Like, you have Nightmare Before Christmas, Disney, fun, not too scary. But like, I just felt like this was like all over the place, just like our podcast is.
Yeah, well,
like ADHD put into a Halloween movie. Yeah. And then I'm like, my question is, why do people love this movie?
Well, I mean, I think you did say something in the beginning, like it's a fun movie, right? The Witches in 1990 was a fun movie, but that movie has some really dark like
special effects.
Yeah,
there's no like this is like clean Halloween.
Disney.
This is like, there's no like, the witches are just enough witchy.
Yeah.
To be funny in a way.
And what they do is instead of making it scary, they make it creepy by putting all these weird creepy things in there. Like you said, like with Sarah Jessica Parker being like, I want to play with them. And it's like, I feel like the movie is like exactly what, like, I feel like her character was like, in a way where it was like, she got hit in the head with something right before they said action, because she just was like walking around like she was spun in a circle for about an hour, and then she's like walking around on set.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of sometimes how you feel, but then there were grounded moments where you're just like, where they do like these really great things where like first of all, actually Penny Marshall, the guy that was in that scene with her was her brother, Gary Marshall.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Gary Marshall was the devil.
Yeah.
But I mean, according here, like, Bette Midler says this is like her favorite movie. This is like one of her favorite movies. In 2008, she said on the BB show Breakfast that this was her favorite movie of all of her movies.
Really?
Her other favorite film role, according to her autobiography, was voicing the poodle Georgette in Oliver and Company. Now, this is weird considering she was also in Beaches, which is also, I mean, I'm not a fan of that film. I know it's a good movie. I can see why it's good. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I just don't like it. But to say that voicing a cat, a dog, and this film were her favorite films other than Beaches is really interesting to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say I hate this movie.
No, there's like a lot of problems.
But I feel like Disney could do better now. But now that I'm thinking about 1993 and what this is geared towards, like this is a fun movie for kids not to get too spooked out.
Right.
Like, because it could be a little scary, right? So you're figuring it's like 5 to 8, 9-year-olds, right? Because like you say, like witches, like that.
Not kids movie.
That was like, I'm not going to bed tonight.
Yeah, no kid should watch The Witches from 1990.
So I think like when we think Hocus, I love Hocus Pocus because it's just fun. It's fun. It's like,
and it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. I was making fun of the acting a little bit because it was just like some of it was like over the top, like bad. Like when like Max and the girl try to like interact with each other, I'm like, these guys should not be in scenes together. Like you need the little girl to like save them from destroying the scenes.
She was amazing. She was great. The little sister was great.
She was great. And like, yeah, and every time the 3 witches were on the scene, of course, that was great. Like they were, you're talking about like 3 well-known actresses. They're doing really well. I understand, like Sarah Jessica Parker's team. I think the idea is she was a young witch that was just kind of like, I don't know what her role is in like her strength. I don't know what her strength is.
Singing. She sings that song.
Yeah, she conjures them to come. I'll do anything for love, anything you bet.
Again.
Yes.
She sings a song that hypnotizes children.
Yes.
I don't like any of it. It's all wrong.
Okay.
Got it. No.
Well, they're witches. They're trying to like eat their souls.
Yeah, I know. Then do that. Don't like talk about playing with the. No, all of that part I did not like.
I think with that was more of like she's young, so she's young at heart. So she was just like trapped as being a kid, and she just wanted to play with the kid because she's a kid. In comparison to her 2 older sisters who are a lot older.
You like craft beer, and you live on Long Island, and you want something local. Stop by Mythology Brewing in Farmingdale, 211A Main Street. That's Lithologgy. Mythology Brewing.
Now, Manny, there's something I want to talk about for about almost 20 minutes. And that is that the sun goes down, and then the sun is starting to come up around 4 or 5 in the morning. Parents still aren't home. Then the witches steal the little sister. The sun goes down again. It gets dark again.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden the sun comes up real quick.
Yep.
Right? But like, so there's a real... The sun should have been coming up immediately around 5 a.m., 6 a.m., right? There's no sunlight. It got darker. It got darker.
Did you notice like the bullies were like they were throwing toilet paper at like 4 a.m? Yeah. They were showing you like the bad side of Halloween.
Yeah.
4
in the morning.
That was at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And then like all the kids are walking. Yeah, and then it got darker. Yeah, I don't know.
It just got darker, and it like legitimately got darker. And I'm just like, that's it was just so funny to watch it. It was just like, first of all, that the parents aren't home yet. Let's just all fall asleep. Witches are still around. I mean, I guess they thought they killed them because they got them in the school's pottery kiln.
Yo, that was crazy how they thought about that too. Like that was a little satanic. She was like, "Oh, I have an idea," and she's like, "We're gonna put him, and we're gonna like burn them to death.
Yeah.
But I guess like how do you kill them off and not see it? Like, because it's PG, so like, what were they gonna do? Stab them?
That would have been hilarious.
Drown them? Like, that would have been really bad. So like, at least then you could like, they burn and you like.
That's it.
That's it.
Now, but it seems like any kid can break into any building in a movie in the 90s or 80s. They just have free access. I mean, same thing if you watch Riverdale. These kids can just go into school whenever they want. No one is there to stop them. And they could turn things on. They could make announcements. Like Max is making an announcement over the loudspeaker. And then every school must have this walk-in pottery killing. Like,
I mean, that thing's a nice pottery killing.
Like they have the like what? It was so crazy. And there was a sculpture there. Did you see how that one sculpture looked like it was taken out of a museum?
Yeah.
It was huge.
It was huge.
It was gigantic. And I'm like, what is that? Like, and so like they get them in there, and I don't know, that whole scene was crazy because they couldn't get out. But apparently Bette Midler's character can shoot lightning and fireballs and so out of her hands.
Yes.
Why isn't she just doing that all the time?
I don't know, because they got out of it when they really, they came back. I don't know.
She's like,
yeah, that was weird. And then like, it kind of sucked that the cat had to like stay alive.
Oh my God. I mean, that had to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
300 years.
300 years and he constantly dies and like just comes back alive.
I mean, when that cat got run over that bus and
God.
Speed bump, and I'm like, oh my God. And then the cat, the little girl, that little girl's going to have some major problems.
Yeah. Well, no, like at the end, like he Casper-kisses her. Goodbye. Apparently they had a crush on each other or something. I don't know what that was. He Casper-kissed her.
Simply irresistible.
Oh my God. Dude, Casper, right? I mean, Casper's a ghost. He's a baby.
Yeah.
He's a baby ghost.
Baby ghost.
Which means Casper has a really sad story.
I know.
And we watch Casper as cartoons being like,
and this
Casper, the friendly ghost. No.
Yeah. And this is another movie that Casper with Ricci. This is kind of like that. It was silly. It was like fun. And like, yeah.
Yeah. But Casper's got a very sad story.
Yeah. Doesn't he die as a baby?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Binks.
Binks.
Like, what was it? Thackeray Binks? Like,
Thackeray.
And that little girl just sat in that chair and just like.
Did you see she got old?
Yeah, but they didn't have enough money, I guess, to show her face.
No. That would have been creepy.
Yeah. And then he's a ghost and he had no shoes on. Again.
No shoes with loosest shirt ever. Here's the thing. So like he didn't realize that. So this is crazy because he was trying to protect the candle from being lit all the time.
Right.
But what he didn't know is that if he finally killed them, he'd be free.
Which means
if he finally killed them, he'd be free.
Right.
So if he had done this years ago and helped somebody kill them.
Right.
He wouldn't have had to do this for 300 years.
No! Mentos, the fresh maker.
But you would have to find someone that would like, you have to go up to them and be like, hey, I'm a talking cat. Wait, don't hit me. Don't hit me. He'd have to wait to the 20th century. Because if you talk to anyone in the 18th century, 19th century.
Yeah, they'd try to kill him so many times.
Put him in a bag and throw him in a lake.
I actually want to see. Yeah, right? That would have been terrible. He's just constantly dying.
I want to see a movie about Thackeray Binks.
Binks.
Part 2 should have been Thackeray Binks' story.
Holy nostalgia.
That's what they should have done. I didn't watch the trailer. We're not talking about Hocus Pocus 2, but I would love to have seen the 300 years.
Yeah, 300 years of Thackeray Binks.
Yeah.
There should be a series.
Oh.
Holy nostalgia.
Like every generation, so like every century, they should have like, it's like a virgin lights it and like it fails, like they fail, and like they go to hang them again, and she does another spell, so like just keeps coming back. And he's like, oh God, like, who am I going to get this time? Or like he tries to talk to somebody and like they just kill him. Like,
dude, I'm telling you, we come up with the best ideas. The prequel Rocky series,
yes,
this thing, the IKEA furniture supermarket sweep show. Like, there needs to be a Thackeray Binks series or movie. I would have loved to see 300 years of this cat trying to figure out what he's going to do, and
like
also
who to speak to light the candle.
And I want to know,
like, he might have been the one that talked to the people to start the museum.
No! Smeal.
So the cat talked to the mom, to talk to someone to start.
Talk to somebody and be like, you need to do this so that people don't light this candle. Like,
and
you
make
need
sure
to
the candle is on display.
The candle should have been in a box, just like the book.
Yeah. And that candle was just out there, just like, yeah, I don't know.
Here, light me.
Light it. Whatever.
Apparently, they have Zippos to sell at the museum.
And apparently, there's fluid in it. There were like spider webs everywhere. That thing had been closed. Those Zippos weren't working.
Yeah.
And my favorite part was when he lit the Zippo when they were underground, as if it lit up the sewer.
Oh my God!
Give me a break, bro. You can't use a lighter.
I thought he was gonna at least like light a branch and walk around with that, like treasure, like National Treasure style.
No.
Which they're coming out with a series.
Oh, well, that was a pretty good movie.
That movie was great. Nicolas Cage.
They have one. He had one Zippo lighting the way.
Yeah, I mean, again,
I love Batman.
I don't know what to say about this movie.
I mean,
other than it was fun, but why did we love it so much? Did you like it as a kid?
Yeah.
You did?
I did. I enjoyed Hocus Pocus. I enjoyed Hocus Pocus as a kid. I think I watched it last year.
And you liked it?
A year before that, sometime. I watched it very, very recently.
I don't watch Hocus Pocus. Like, it's not like one of my spooky season go-to.
So what's your go-to spooky season film?
That's interesting that you said that. I don't know if I have one. I'm not like... I love Halloween, but I love Halloween to like get dressed up. Right. I'm not really like I'm going to watch Halloween movies, because you can't really say Nightmare Before Christmas is a Halloween movie.
No, it's not. That's a Christmas movie.
That's a Christmas movie.
It has the word Christmas in it.
Yeah. So I guess I would say Gremlins, but Gremlins to me is also a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
Yeah, even though we did it. Yeah, I'm not really a spooky season movie watcher.
Have you ever seen Vampire Kiss with Nicolas Cage?
No.
This is my homework for you. You need to watch this film.
Vampire Kiss?
Yeah, I think
Have you ever seen
Vampire
First Bitten
Kiss.
with
some of it?
Jim Carrey?
Yeah, you know who showed me some of
Once
that movie.
Bitten? Yeah.
The ghost of our podcast.
Yes. He Casper-kissed her.
So, guys, if you like Nostalgia Test podcast, please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe and like.
Follow us on all social media outlets that you can find us, and where you can get podcasts: Podbean, Spotify, Apple.
Oh man, I'm trying.
Yeah, I'm not trying to think about any like. I'm not like oh my God, it's Halloween, I'm gonna watch like Halloween stuff. I mean, Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is this.
Like, I'll watch Ghostbusters too. I like Ghostbusters too.
A very underrated film.
I like Ghostbusters too. I like one, but I like two. I think the jelly jumping and stuff is such a funny. I love it. I love it. And the toaster's like, you get me higher.
Yeah.
Higher. Oh, it's great.
And that movie, like when they said they fed the French bread pizza to the baby and then it passed out, and that makes me think about how come we don't eat French bread pizza anymore.
Utah, give me 2.
Interesting.
Okay, can I just say what?
So I guess I do watch that. Yeah, like Ghostbusters. Yeah, okay, I got it. Ghostbusters.
And that's a Nostalgia Test tangent.
when Max gets angry, he drums.
Yes.
That was hilarious. He was talking to her, and then he's like, I don't want to go. Leave me alone. And he had the...
He should have been in a band.
Yeah. Max, do your homework. No.
And then they find out that all you need is salt. Like, why didn't they just all just stand around salt until the sun went up?
This fear infuriated me that they took the salt and it was like only a little bit of salt. And then she's like, oh, no more salt. And then the girl runs away.
I know.
Out of the
Because
thing.
she's trying to save Bob. Bob is a zombie.
Bob's a zombie. His head is fine.
His head is fine. Yeah.
Leave him
He'll
alone.
find his head.
Yeah. It was so weird.
That was stupid on her part.
But she's 8.5 years old. That's why she says to someone, hey, he likes your yabos.
Yes.
And then the word yabos was said not once, but twice in the same scene.
Yes.
It was very weird.
Yes. So movie is weird. The parents are weird.
They had a box that they were unpacking that said kitchen stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing else. It didn't say like dishes. It's just like stuff.
We're going to go to a party. You guys are going to go Halloweening.
We have no idea how long they've been there. Like, we don't know when.
And like, what about the scene of the girl when he's like trying to get her number, dude. And the dude, the other guy who seems to be the popular guy was like, no chance. Like, that guy never shows up again. Was that her like ex-boyfriend?
I don't know, but that guy had a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
He was like 45.
Yeah.
And then when he gave her the number, he gave her his number in front of the whole class.
Yep.
That was weird. That was weird.
He's got some skills.
No one's ever I've never seen that ever. I was looking at that. I'm like, first of all, are they in 10th grade?
They're in like 9th grade because I'm like thinking in my head, like if these guys met the guys from Airborne,
yeah, the
Airborne guys would destroy this crew.
Yeah. Yeah. A crew of Max, his little sister, and that girl.
Like all of them were like, I feel like they just got into high school because like they were not able to keep up with maturity.
See, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking either 9th or 10th grade, and that's why the question of his virginity was so weird. It was just like that,
you're not a senior.
The guy that was like playing, like dressed up as a cop, was just like, first of all, not a cop, not a cop, and he was just like, "Are you a virgin?" It's just like, bro, he's in 9th grade.
He's in 9th grade, maybe. He could even be in 8th grade.
And stop asking this kid that you don't know the details of like what is going on in this. That is just so weird.
It was such a weird movie, but fun, I guess. Huh.
Oh my god.
All right, we're on our repeats.
Utah, give me 2.
What are we thinking here? We testing this thing, or you got more notes?
I'm looking at my notes. I'm trying to think if I have anything else. The one thing I have is this: Binks's accent goes out at the end. His accent comes and goes. His sister, no accent, and like they just like she's like Thackeray Binks,
and his sister's so
Where
happy
were
for
you?
being and she's so happy to being dead.
Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool, with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Like they do portray of like the dead people like dead. Like they're not like she's not like trapped in this like limbo. She's happy being dead.
With Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.
First of all, she's like, "Where have you been? You're a ghost. You know where he's been. You can see."
Yeah,
he's a cat.
How come you haven't been haunting the town of Salem for not saving your life? Like she should have been haunting. The story should have been about her haunting.
Her. She should have been haunting
everybody.
something. The cat didn't do a goddamn thing. Like,
no,
he really didn't do anything. Binks was useless.
He did nothing. What did he do? He just told them the story that they already knew.
Yeah, and then I mean the animation was good on the cat. I mean I will give them that.
The animation, yes. It was like the Teenage Witch show.
Wow, Disney bought the script in 1984, then sat on the project for 8 years.
Wow.
The original title was Disney's Halloween House and was supposed to be much darker and scarier. Rumors that Disney...
that could definitely be scarier.
Oh, rumors that Disney considered turning it into a made-for-TV movie at one point and have spread over the internet but have not confirmed the casting crew. Wow. That's really cool. Wow, the film grossed only $39 million, basically like about $40 million. That's
really?
It. Wow.
Is it? So it's not considered a good movie?
I mean, here's the thing: 40 million or 45 million on a budget of 28 million in 1993. That's a hit, and
that's a hit. I mean, especially for Halloween,
and not
because it gets played every year.
Well, it came out July 16th as well.
Huh.
So this was a summer release. Of course, why not? Right? Go see Hocus Pocus, July 16th.
Yeah, they were talking about pumpkins even before people releasing pumpkin beer August 1st. So,
but I would say, like, of course, it's a successful film. The thing is, like, if this came out now, with the cost of a movie ticket, this movie would have made like $250 million.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why when people are like, holy shit, this movie just broke all records. Like, yeah, because the tickets are $25.
Sure.
I mean, like the other week, like a couple weeks ago here, or maybe there was that National Movie Day or something where tickets were like $3.
Whoa.
And that was amazing. But then they go back to being, $35 or something. And I keep raising the price every time I say it.
Yep. I mean, so do they. So.
But, I mean, I think let's just put it to the test right now. I think Hocus Pocus 1, the OG Hocus Pocus, 1993. Manny, does it pass the nostalgia test for you?
I want to say, man, it's weird. I guess no, maybe, yeah. No, it doesn't. It's nostalgic. That's it. Like when I watch it, I'm saying it's fun because I'm remembering what 90s like movies and shows, TV shows, PG shows were. I don't think it would be good now, but I also, I'm not a child. So like I'm looking at it as like it's nostalgic. It's very nostalgic. It's just to me doesn't pass. Like I don't like it like that.
I'm gonna say that I think this movie passes the nostalgia test.
I passed the nostalgia test.
I'll probably watch it next year. The thing
You will.
is, are
you excited about the second one?
I'm excited to see what they do.
How are they going to bring her back? They exploded. They went into dust.
I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think they're just going to bring him back. I think they're going
to say something about her being a statue.
Maybe. I think they're just going to bring him back. I think they're not even going to think about it. I think it's just like, fuck it. Who cares?
That's true.
It's kind of like, I forget the sequel. There's a lot of sequels where no one gives, like, dude, not to bring it back again.
Oh, God.
But every time there was a new Rocky film, no one gave a shit about what happened in the previous Rocky. They just continued the story. No one questioned it.
Yeah.
He had brain damage, but he keeps fighting. He has, the kid keeps changing. Everything is changing. No one cares. They just watch the film. I think with this, it's been so long since the first one that I think people are just excited about what it's going to be. And I think
because like now, like nostalgic, everybody needs to feel good. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be good for the kids, and the people that are our age have kids around that age that they're going to love the new Hocus Pocus.
Yeah, I really hope, though, they fix the Sarah Jessica Parker role, though, and that she, is not as creepy as she was.
I think
They can't do that.
I think you're looking at it as a different thing. You're looking at it as now. I think it's like she's supposed to be like a kid. She's supposed to be like a younger witch. So she's like trapped in a kid's soul.
Yeah, she's not. But like, I don't like it. It didn't sit well. None of it sat well. Oh,
the bus driver thing doesn't sit well to me.
So who's your favorite character that's not in the main cast?
Not in the main cast.
Now, not the 3 witches or the 3 kids. And I guess the cat. Throw the cat in there.
The cat in there too. Who's my favorite character? I would say, what's her name? When they call her Ursula, the wife.
Oh, Penny Marshall.
Penny Marshall's character is great. I love her.
That was a great scene. That whole scene was just so good. Then he's dancing with her.
He's dancing with her, and she turns on the lights.
Yeah,
and she's like, "Nope, it's enough."
That dog was actually Catherine Najimy's dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's cute.
Yeah,
I think they all just had fun with this movie. Like they just all had a good time with this movie. It's like you let the dog in there. They probably just were like, we're making a fun movie. None of this is like has to be that serious.
No. I think the movie was a lot of fun. It
better than Hook?
Ooh, here's what I'll do. Here's what I'm gonna say. It was shorter than Hook.
Yes,
and that really helped.
It did.
It was shorter.
If this movie went on further, I would have said that it was really, really bad. But.
Yeah, no, it was shorter than Mrs. Doubtfire. And, that was great. Oh, my God. Jennifer Lopez auditioned for the role of Sarah Sanderson. I think that's Sarah Jessica Parker's role. Cloris Leachman was the producer's first choice to play Winifred.
What? That's crazy.
Oh, my God. I would watch it again, 100%. Definitely passes the nostalgia test for me.
Okay.
Man, he does not look happy.
I was about to say passes, but I don't know. I just can't. I
think
I
want
to watch it again.
You're not going to watch it again?
I might. I'll tell you in the next round when I watch the second one.
Okay.
Because we're going to do an episode of Nostalgia Now.
That's right, everybody. We're putting that second one to the test, so definitely stay tuned.
I'm going to have to watch it, and I might be like, maybe talk about it then.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we go. We're at the end of the episode. 1 pass, 1 nostalgia. People, what are your rankings? Does the OG Hocus Pocus pass the nostalgia test? Please put your votes in the comments or send us your comments as well. You can.
I might get yelled at for this one.
I don't know. You could we never get yelled at. Email your comments at thenostalgiatest@gmail.com. We'll be posting about it also, so definitely send us your comments on Instagram and TikTok at the Nostalgia Test, on Twitter at Nostalgia Test. And guess what? If you haven't listened to the Robert Palmer episode, I'm really plugging that one because it is quite possibly one of the weirdest episodes of like our whole podcast.
Simply irresistible.
Weirdest, huh?
Well, you'll see when you listen. Because we haven't
Really?
heard yet. It's coming out tomorrow, but like it's already out when people are listening to this.
Yes.
Simply irresistible.
So get on that. And everybody, thank you so much. Hit subscribe if you like what we're doing. Join the newsletter. And
Buy some merch.
Get ready. That merch is coming. It's coming. Merch. And we'll see you on the other side. Peace. Thanks for listening to today's episode. Please subscribe to the Nostalgia Test podcast to know when new episodes drop. Don't forget to leave us 5 stars and a positive review so more people can find the podcast. Share your thoughts and memories on today's topic on our Twitter at Nostalgia Test and on Instagram at The Nostalgia Test. Tune in next time because you never know what pop culture will pop up on The Nostalgia Test.